Okay, this is a video to show how to use Adobe Acrobat Pro to take a regular PDF like what is on your screen and change it into an editable form for students or adults, teachers, parents, whatever. Um, as you can see, we have an 8th grade social studies, basically a table that in the past students would just have a printed copy in front of them and they would have to write in it, but in order to maybe save some and be more efficient, you might want to make it editable where they just type in it on their computer and submit it back to the teacher through a Dropbox. So I'm going to show you how to do that. There's a little button here at the top in Adobe Acrobat Pro that's called Forms, and there's a wizard that will go put you through the whole process basically by just, read and click. So we're going to start with a PDF, click next. We're going to use the current document we have open, and if I didn't have it open, I could actually go to one that I have on my computer by using this browse button. As I go through that wizard, it basically takes me to this welcome screen that's for your enjoyment only. You can read through it, I'll explain a few things for you, but basically what happened was the document created a text box in each square that was blank. It will do this with any document. If it has a blank line, it'll put a text box on it. Sometimes it gets out of control, but in this case it did it pretty clearly. It's right on the money. Over here is the order of each text box. This order represents what would happen if you were using it as a user and you started in this Climate Northwest box and hit the tab key. It tells you that from Climate Northwest you would go with the tab key to the Landforms Northwest to the right. And you would click, as you tabbed, you would keep going to the right. And that's the tab order. Up here you can actually change that tab order to go up and down the columns if you'd like. And now instead of going from Climate Northwest to the right, you would go from Climate Northwest down each column and tab through the document that way. So we're going to go back to the default, or by row actually. Since the document looks pretty good, I'm going to go to the preview and actually see what the document would look like once I saved it. And here is, for a student or for a user, they would see these blue boxes, and we're familiar with them. If you click in a blue box, you can type in it. And as I click, if I type in this one and then click the tab key, I'm going to continue to go to the right, just like the tab order was in the preview. Before I actually finalize this document, I'm going to make sure I get rid of anything that I did and make it a blank document again. But in all accounts, it looks like it is actually a pretty good editable document. Each square has a text box. So I'm going to actually, if I needed to, I could go back to the edit layout and get to this point and change maybe the tab order by using this menu item, or I can actually, I forgot to show you this earlier, you can take a click on a line and actually drag it and place it somewhere else so that the tab order would now go in the order in which the user wanted it to be. So it's actually very user friendly. But now that, let's say that I'm happy with it the way that it looks, I'm just going to actually tell it to close. And when it closes, it makes it a document. It's done. It looks a lot like the preview, and I would highly recommend that you would immediately go up and save the file as a document on your desktop or in your house or wherever you want to keep it, so that it isn't named what it was when it came out of whatever source you got it from.